We're on to issue 4, and personally, I think it has the best cover to date of this entire series. It reminds me a lot of the Silver Age comics, but still has the twists that make what modern day comics are. This issue starts off with Wonder Woman narrating, but when Amazo's quest to find himself that led to multiverse walls shattering, or multiverse mirrors shattering. We then see Wonder Woman walk into the cave where she finds Darkseid, and she instantly attacks him, believing he's the one who's done this, who's broken the multiverse, because in her mind that makes sense. Which, to be honest, it does make sense. But then she comes to the conclusion that this isn't her Darkseid because he's not fighting back. Who explains he lost his Diana, which she notes the way he says it sounds like he was close to this Wonder Woman. Boy, I'd say he's close to her. Darkseid explains what happened on his Earth, or his multiverse, because he's technically on Apokolips. He was so obsessed with the anti-love equation that he would be willing to kill anyone who came in his way. He ended up going to Earth, where he believed the anti-life equation would be. Here he fought the Justice League and he would meet Diana, who wanted to call a truce, afraid of casualties on both sides, which Darkseid admired her wisdom about it. Not just thinking about her side, but his side too. We also get narration from Wonder Woman saying how, while she's skeptical due to her Darkseid being a big liar, like Black Beetle big liar, she can tell by the way he talks about her doppelganger, it seems like he actually cares for her, which both makes Diana feel welcome and a little scared, because this is Darkseid. Darkseid explains that his Wonder Woman would end up going to Apokolips with them, where they would end up grow to love one another, which, and I could say, could probably grow some people out. Personally, I kind of like this relationship. I know it's weird, but in a weird way, it kind of just works for me. But Darkseid's need for the anti-love equation would bring an end to Apokolips and his wife in the process, leaving him the only survivor on the planet. We cut to other Leaguers traveling through the multiverse. Here we get to see who the 7th member of the team is. Because last issue we couldn't see who the 7th member was, we could only see the 6 of them. We see that the 7th member is actually Overman, and he is restrained due to the fact that, he tried to kill them. Afterwards, we also see that Martian Manhunter is the one who is guiding them through the multiverse, with some sort of helmet that's like Professor X-y. But he starts to, panic, as he feels like all the multiverses are like rushing into his head. Batman, who is kind of romantically involved with Wonder Woman, but it's very obvious he likes her, panics because if Martian Manhunter can't find her, then she's doomed. So Batman gives him a quick pep talk about how that he can do this, that he's stronger than he thinks, and like always, his pep talk works. I mean, I know I'm kind of criticizing that because I know a lot, like this is a bit of a ongoing trend superhero movies and comic books about like the power of society all along. But I will admit, this one I did enjoy because I thought it worked for not just Martian Manhunter, but for Batman too. This part of the story ends with John learning it's Amazo who broke the multiverse, which they didn't know yet. They at first thought might have been Darkseid, might have been threat they didn't know, might have been Overman, but now they know for sure it was Amazo. We cut back to Darkseid telling his tale to Wonder Woman, who he then tries to get help from, which Wonder Woman then pushes him back as we get narration from her explaining that it's kind of just a reflex at this point because she's kind of traumatized after everything her Darkseid has done. The very idea just feels very wrong, the idea of her helping this Darkseid, even if he's not as evil as hers. Wonder Woman ends up leaving the cave into the storm where she questions if maybe Darkseid was being honest, but she feels as if she shouldn't even try, knowing how evil her Darkseid is, and how, he attacked Earth. But as Wonder Woman travels, her mind starts to think about her father, Hades, who's her dad in this continuity, by the way, if you're just confused. Where her dad just appears in front of her out of nowhere. She first questions this as, is this really him? Because why is he in the random part of the multiverse on a random planet? There's no time to think as she has to fight back because it seems like he's going to kill her. He tells her that her fate is to be the destruction to the world and the multiverse and all of creation itself. To which she responds that she'd rather die than go down that path, like true Wonder Woman fashion, and fights back. Hades is then right about to kill her when Darkseid appears to save her life, as we get confirmation that this isn't Hades but a part of the life equation that is trying to trick her and torment her. But as this is happening, she then realizes, with everything going on, that she needs to actually trust Darkseid, because she didn't trust him for most of this comic, but at this very point, she realizes, yeah, this Darkseid is trustworthy. And she hits her braces to give it a blast the anti-equation backwards. But it's too late, and he dies in her arms. As she weeps for him, when she hears someone behind her start calling out her name. She turns around and sees Superman along with the Justice Alliance, and the issue ends. Right away, I love Darkseid and Wonder Woman together. I know it's weird, and I oddly thought it worked. It wasn't dragged out or rushed, but handled just as long as it had to be. But even though, like I said, I really liked this issue, and I enjoyed Wonder Woman, as I think she's written really well here. Despite her being a really hard character to write for, just look at the New 52 run. They made her a jerk through and through, and luckily Rebirth made her a lot less of a a-hole and a lot more like Wonder Woman. I actually really like her Rebirth run. I like her current run too, even though it goes off the rails sometimes. I still enjoy it. But like I said, I really like this issue, but there's not much to talk about here other than Wonder Woman and Darkseid. And I already did talk about them. So I guess that's it and the end of the video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.